Next weekend, the boys travel to Baltimore, Maryland to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Now, there's a lot going into this game that you need to contextualize before talking about the season so far. First of all, Ravens are 1-5.
Crazy
you told
to think
me
about.
that by the time the Bears and the Ravens played each other, the Bears would have 3 more wins. I would ask what drug you're taking because there's just no way on earth.
Did they trade Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
Is he hurt? Or
is this like did like the team move back to Indianapolis? Like what's going on? So the Ravens are 1-5. They're 1-5 for a few different reasons. Number one, Lamar Jackson has been hurt the last few weeks, of course. But even when he was playing and playing well at that, they've only won 1 game this year.
Yeah.
And the reason is because their defense is, no exaggeration, one of the top 2 or 3 worst units in all football. The defense that was excellent in the second half last year has completely broken at the seams and is horrific. Now, part of that is they've lost Matabike for the entire year. You know, other guys on their defense have been banged up. I think Kyle Van Noy is their best pass rusher. You know, there's some struggle. They're riding the struggle bus there in Baltimore, right? But after a few-week absence, Lamar Jackson is slated to return next week against the Bears.
Yeah.
Of course, right?
Of course.
Derrick Henry is still Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And the Ravens, I think, are now in a position where they have no more room for error. Because previously, you know, the last few seasons, the Ravens season hasn't started in September.
No.
It started in January, right? They were shooing for the playoffs. They were going to host a playoff game. They're going to get the Steelers or the Texans. They're going to run them out of town. What they're really preparing for is round 2 of the playoffs against either the Bills or the Chiefs. That's been where the season starts for the Ravens. Now, at 1-5, there's no guarantee they even make the playoffs.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about.
They need to stack wins and stack them fast. So they're going to be in 100% dialed in, locked in. We need to save our season mode.
Yeah.
And to me, that's kind of scary.
That is.
Because I think they're going to be completely laser focused on this.
Yeah.
So, Justin, I'll talk to you as we kind of set the backdrop for the game. What are some of the keys to this game, whether it's key matchups, key storylines, key things to keep in mind, key stats, whatever? What are some of the keys to this game, in your opinion?
Well, I think the biggest key is to make sure that there's full-fledged security near Lamar Jackson's house so he doesn't escape. Make sure he doesn't come to the game.
I was like, what? Are we kidnapping Lamar?
Yeah, we're kidnapping Lamar Jackson.
Okay,
because
kidnapping Lamar Jackson.
Now that because I seen some reports that he was maybe coming back, but now that you said that, it's like that was the X factor, right? I think if who's their backup?
Tyler Huntley and the dude from the Cowboys. I'm blanking on his name. Tyler Huntley will probably start, and then who's their backup? Who is the other backup? Cooper Rush. That's who it is. It was like tall white guy from the Cowboys. What's his name?
Yeah.
I kept thinking Tony Romo. I was like, not Tony Romo.
No, definitely not Tony Romo. But yeah, I think if it was one of those guys playing, I would be like, man, we have a chance. You know, all we have to do is just focus on Derrick Henry. But I watch Lamar Jackson. I'm a big fan of Lamar. I don't know how you stop him.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like we're like the Chiefs or the Eagles or we have a more complete team. I mean, I think the biggest thing is just going to be it's almost like a pick 2. It's like a point. It's like a double-edged sword. Do you try to stop Lamar Jackson? And you because he's a rushing quarterback. Yeah. That's the thing that's so killer.
Yeah.
Like if he was like a pocket passer or just he moves around a little bit, okay, we can contain that. But either he's going to be rushing or Derrick Henry's going to be rushing.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's like, okay, it's like you focus on one, but then the other one's open. But you do make a great point. Even when they were all playing, they played horribly, and their defense was horribly.
Yeah, their defense was horrible.
So I think the biggest key for us in this game, don't worry about defense, because I feel like Lamar's going to get his, especially coming off of injury. The team is bad. We know how much Lamar is focused. We know how much Lamar wants to win. Let's just try to keep up. Let's try to score some points. Let's try to take advantage. That same rushing that they're going to do on us, Swift, I need you to lace up your bootstraps, put on your luckiest pair of cleats, get out there and start running, because there's no other way that we're going to win this game unless we keep up with them. Defense is out the window for really both teams.
Here's what I'll say. Mm-hmm. I think the way the Bears play the best defense in this game is by playing good offense.
Yeah.
I think the only way you stop Lamar Jackson is by keeping him off the field. So I think the keys for the Bears in this one are going to be to have more time of possession, run the ball well, sustain drives, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Bears are going on these 4, 5, 6 minute drives. Maybe, keep the rock going, keep the ball moving. Don't let Lamar Jackson get too many possessions.
Yeah.
Because I think the defense, even if, Lamar Jackson isn't 100%, and I think that's fair to say after he's missed a few weeks with his hamstring.
Yeah.
Even if he's not out there running for 100 yards, even if Derrick Henry's not, trucking our guys into the third row of the stands, the Ravens are going to score. I think that's your point that you're making. Is like the Ravens are going to score no matter what. They're too good. They're too desperate. They have too much athleticism in the backfield.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, this is the greatest rushing attack ever. Last year it was, right? Lamar Jackson's the most unique threat of a quarterback ever. The Ravens are going to score.
Yeah.
We know this. We're not the 85 Bears, okay? We're not going to stop them.
No.
What we need to do is we need to game plan offensively like we are trying to keep Lamar Jackson off the field for as long as possible.
Yep.
And the last 2 weeks, DeAndre Swift has ran the ball very well. And the offensive line has blocked very, very well. The Ravens have not been a good rushing defense. They haven't been a good defense, period. Yeah. But especially not a good rushing defense, okay? The key to this game to me is going to be run the ball. I'm not saying you have to outrun the Ravens. I'm not saying you have to stop Derrick Henry. I'm just saying you have to run the ball, keep him off the field. Give Caleb 3rd and 2. Give him 3rd and 1 or whatever. Give him 2nd and 5. Give him manageable down so we can keep the ball going, keep the clock ticking. It's number one. Number two, the defense is going to need a turnover or two. We are going to have to steal an extra possession or so from the Baltimore Ravens, especially in Baltimore. Like, if we are losing the turnover battle, the momentum in Baltimore, the atmosphere, the Ravens fans coming off a bye, I mean, they should be well rested. It's gonna be brutal to overcome. So the Bears have to win the turnover battle, and I think they have to win the time of possession battle. I think those are the two big keys in this game. I don't think, Justin, and you can disagree with me if you disagree.
Sure.
I don't think this is a game where Caleb's going to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Oh, no.
I don't think that's the game plan. I don't think that's what we want. I think we want something more efficient than what happened yesterday. But we want a game where he's methodical, he's efficient, he's not, throwing for 3. He's not throwing bombs. It's not bombs away. It's first down, get in the end zone. First down. That's the type of game I think the Bears need to play. Can they play that game? Can they do that consistently? Can they do that better than the Ravens? Is TBD.
Yep.
And then I think the last part that we have to talk about before we get into our score predictions is Derrick Henry. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, buddy. Oh, man. Derrick Henry is having a really good year. He had a really good year last year. 88 carries, 440 yards, 5 yards a carry. Only scored 4 touchdowns, right?
Very quiet.
Only, right?
Yeah.
But he is a constant threat. I mean, he is one of those few guys that can bulldoze any defender. He can outrun any defender. He can stiff arm. He can just do whatever. He is such a unique threat. So, what would be your plan to stop Derrick Henry? Or is it like you said, they're just kind of going to score, and we just gotta limit the bleeding as much as possible? Is I guess your philosophy on that?
I would say I have to have confidence in my defense, all right? And I definitely think, it's a pick your poison. It's a pick your poison, right? Whether if you do man coverage, whether if you do zone, because Derrick Henry is on the field, but also is Lamar Jackson. It's not like it's one or the other, right? So, and for me, I think when you look at a lot of the games last season and you look at those momentum plays, Derrick Henry was behind that, or he got a big gain of yardage, or whatever. So I think we have to stop the middle. We have to be able to really build a wall for Derrick Henry to not go through, because it's going to be extremely hard if he is able to slip through slip through our defensive line, slip through, go on the outside, do a toss. We got to make sure, even if we have 2 guys, focused on him, or if we want to shift the line of defense, depending on where he's lined up on the backfield, we got to do something. And I think we have to put pressure on him early, so that way, they're kind of forced to use Lamar.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the best way to contain him. I'm not saying we're going to shut him down and he's going to fumble or whatever, because he might. It's been a weird season for Derrick Henry. I've never seen so many fumble highlights this year of Derrick Henry dropping the ball. So you never know. We could get lucky and mess up his rhythm early. But we just got to put a lot of pressure on him. That's really what it's going to come down to.
No, and I agree. And, I said that he's having a good year. And he's having a good year, but he's not having a Derrick Henry year.
No.
Last year he averaged 6 yards a carry. This year it's down to 5. Last year he had 113 yards a game. Right now he's only at 73 yards a game. It's quite a bit down from his pace last year. Obviously, he ran for over 1,900 yards last year, and he's not going to do that forever, he says, for the 8th year in a row. But Derrick Henry is such a unique talent. He's such a unique player. Lamar is such a unique talent, such a unique player. I always believe, and I've heard this from, and I hate to shout him out, but I heard this from Colin Cowherd before, and it's such a good point where NFC teams, I think, struggle against the Ravens so much.
Yeah, they do.
Because they don't play Lamar. Like, teams like the Steelers and the Browns and the Chiefs and whatever, they have had good games against Lamar every once in a while because they've played him. They have game footage on him. Their guys know how fast he is. I mean, the Bears, I have no doubt, are going to be watching film this week and seeing Lamar. Lamar's faster on the field than he is on the screen.
Yeah.
Right? You can see Lamar and see how fast he is.
Yeah.
But lining up across from him and trying to tackle him is a much different beast.
It is.
I've always thought that's actually a really good point of where, like, if you don't play against Lamar, it's so hard to really game plan against him. And the Bears don't have a kind of scout team quarterback that could act as Lamar in practice. They don't have like a Joe Webb. That's a deep cut reference for you OGs out there. But yeah, so all things considered, Justin, talking about the Bears, talking about the Ravens, what do you have for a score prediction? What do you think? Because I'll say this, Justin, and I'm not bragging, but I am bragging a little bit. I'm 6-0 right now on our predictions.
You are.
So it seems as if the Bears, I'm clocking the Bears pretty good.
You are. Yeah.
6-0. I'll let you go first. What do you think?
Okay. You know what? They call me a betting man, but I think we're gonna win next week. But I do not. Bold. But I do not think it's gonna be a blowout because the only way I think it'd be a blowout is if Lamar is not playing, which he is definitely coming back. So that ain't happening. I think overall it's gonna be by. I think Jake Moody's gonna save us again. And I'm going to go 33-30. I'm going to say, when you play Madden, with your little cousin and it's all rookie and, you guys are running up the score. Like, I'm assuming that this is what this will be. Because I just do not think, the Ravens are going to come out swinging. I also think their defense is so horrendous that they're not going to keep up. And I think with the Bears and them on this winning streak, I'm pretty sure Ben Johnson is lighting a fire up their butt right now and saying, like, yo, we need you guys to continue to keep moving the momentum, keep pushing the ball forward. So I definitely think it's not going to be an easy one to win, and it's not going to be a low-scoring game. But I'm confident in our rushing. I'm confident that the Ravens' rush defense is not going to be that great. I'm confident that their overall defense is not going to be that great. So I think we got this, and I think we go 5-2, and when we break, we move past the season of 4 wins to 5.
What's the score you said? Did you say a score?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 33-30. I think Jake Moody's gonna save
on
us.
A Jake Moody game winner. Yep. Okay, I'll say this, Justin. If the Bears are able to win this game, I'm gonna be saying some very dangerous things. I'm gonna be very irresponsible in our next Bears Talk episode.
Oh gosh.
That being said, the Ravens are gonna win this game.
That's fair.
The Ravens are gonna win this game. It's gonna be 24-20. Listen, this is not gonna be a clean football game.
No.
The Ravens are not gonna play their A game. I think that they are going to be pressing to try to save their season. And I think that honestly, the talent on their team is just too good. They're at home. They're desperate. Lamar's coming back. He just gives them such a boost. The Bears have not faced a talent like Lamar. No. Right? They had Walmart Lamar for a few years in Justin Fields, but they have not faced a talent like
that's
Lamar.
Crazy. Walmart Lamar? Wow.
Well, Walmart Lamar got benched yesterday. I hate to say
it. He did.
But the Bears just have not faced a threat like this. It's kind of like if I could nerd out for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's kind of like when, same color scheme as well. It's kind of like when the Avengers first faced Thanos.
Yeah.
Right? And they had just no idea what to do. They didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Right? And they got completely throttled by Thanos. Then they had to go back in time. Obviously they assembled their own Infinity Gauntlet. I think the Bears would need at least 4 of the Infinity Stones to beat the Ravens this Sunday. I'm going to be so honest.
Okay.
The Ravens are going to win this game 24-20. The Bears will keep it close. The Bears will keep it respectable. This will not be a blowout. But at the end of the day, the Ravens are too good and they're too desperate. Give me the Ravens 24-20. Now, I'm hoping I don't go 7-0 on my season predictions. I'm hoping this is the one I'm wrong about.
Yeah.
And if I am, Justin, again, I'm going to be saying some very irresponsible things regarding the Chicago Bears.
Oh, gosh.
But I just don't see it. The Ravens are favored by 5.5.
Yeah.
That tells you that Lamar's going to be back again. Maybe he would have played this week, but the Ravens were on their bye week, so who knows? That extra week to rest, recover, prepare. Like that meme of like they had like LeBron in like the Cairo chamber, and he was like with the oxygen mask on. That's gonna be Lamar coming out this week. He's gonna be ready to go. So I'm gonna take the Ravens 24-20. Okay. Hopefully I'm wrong, but that's just the way it's gonna be.